Right, so this is my little bag that I take to work. I put my lunch, well, my lunch bag and stuff in there. I seem to go through bags like no tomorrow for some reason. They just wear out, they get holes in the bottom, you know, they just fall apart, zips fall off. I don't know why, because I try to treat them really well, but this is what happens. I don't make stuff very good these days. Anyway, I've had this one a few months now, and when you used to buy a bag like this, you know, a hold all or whatever you want to call it, you used to get like a piece of, oh look, what are they doing in there? You used to get like a piece of hard sort of plastic that would go in the bottom and form a base, so it'd make all the base obviously stiff, you know, and it was nice, and your bag didn't sort of fall around and fall apart and everything like that. It just sort of stayed pretty stiff all the time, and that was, I like that. But I can't find one with that in anymore, and when I bought this it didn't have it, you know, so what I'm thinking is, if I can get, I'm going to cut a piece of this wood out, I'm going to make a nice little base to put in it, you know. That should fix that problem, because it's been a bit of a problem for quite a while now. I don't like it at all. You put something in it and you lift it up, you know, it's all hanging out the bottom sort of thing, you know, because it's just a material bottom. There we go. Now all I've got to do is round off, I'm going to round off the corners. I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to round them by eye, just so they're not sharp, because they would stick holes in my bag then. So put a bit of a rounded corner on them, and hopefully that'll fit in there, and that will solve that problem anyway. Look at that! That fits absolutely perfectly, man. That is beautiful. Oh, I'm so pleased with that. So now, yeah, nice and stiff. The trouble I was having before was, you know, I put my water bottle in there, you know, my lunch bag and a drink of water and maybe a different drink, some juice or something. And what would happen was, you know, they'd be sitting in the middle there, like that. So, when I grab my handles, like that, right, they'd all fall, like the bottom would fall down, and like the bag would all just cave in, like that. So I've got my handles out here, like this, but the bag's all just caved in, and everything's hanging out the bottom, because the bottom wasn't solid, and it was just annoying. And when I go to put it down like that, it would all fall over, you know. But at least now, it's got the solid bottom in it, so I can put stuff in there, and I lift it up, it won't all collapse, will it? And it's a nice solid platform for it to sit on as well. I don't know why they don't sell the bags with the little, you used to get, I remember when I was a kid, man, I had a few of these types of bag when I was a kid. I don't know where they've gone now, I looked everywhere for them. But when you bought them, they were folded up, and you had to unfold them, and you had this long big piece of plastic, about that thick roughly, you put in the bottom, and it did exactly the job that this piece of wood is doing. I don't know why they don't sell them like it anymore. But lovely job, well pleased with that. So that's another job ticked off the list for today. It's a Sunday today, by the way. Righto you lot, I've got this dehumidifier here. The complaint is that it's not dehumidifying anymore. There's no water coming out of it anymore, it doesn't suck up any water anymore. This has been bone dry for quite some time by the looks of things, but the unit's still been on. So I have already removed this dust screen, and it was absolutely caked in dust. I removed this and had a look at this when it was in location. It's, you know, it was absolutely full up with wet dust. And I've had a look in there, and you can just about see there's all the dust in there. The dust is coming up, and it's coming through these cracks in here. The dust is coming through them cracks in there. So look, all that there is full of dust. I reckon this is completely blocked and full of dust, which is why it can't do its process of dehumidifying, because it's just full of dust. So let's take it apart. So we've got 2 screws in there. I dare say there's some more screws somewhere else. So there's another one under there, another one under there, a couple of screws. Let's take it apart and see what's inside. Right, so we've got those screws there. We've got another screw here that you may not know. These Eco Air ones are pretty good. They got a little slot there, so you can get the screwdriver straight in. I usually find these are pretty good, these Eco Air ones. So we've got those screws there. Now, there's also some screws that you can't actually see, but they're behind this handle. So you've got to push those little cracks in there, and you pull that one out, and you push that little, if I can do it with my thumb, there we go, and then you, the handle comes out like that, and you got another screw there, and another screw in there. Look, bloody blimey, this is absolutely packed full of dust. Look at that, blimey dude, that's the thing. when something sucks in air in order to do its job, you know, you're gonna get dust. And once you've undone all those screws, you're gonna think, well, why ain't it coming apart? The top's coming apart, but the bottom ain't. Now, when I first ever undid one of these, I thought, bloody hell, what's happened here? But now I know. For some reason, they put a bit of tape in there. A bit of tape in there. And that kind of holds it together. I don't know why they put a bit of tape in there, but they do. They put it on the seam, on the crack. So you got to get that off. Right, so we've got a lot of dust everywhere, a lot of dust in here. Everywhere's full of dust. There's a lot of dust underneath there in there as well. So I'm going to take my air compressor and blow all the dust away. Don't want to use too much pressure. I've only got 84 psi on here, so that'll be more than enough to get rid of the dust, but not kill any, you know, cabbages that might be inside. It's a good idea probably just to check everything and make sure there's nothing wedged in there. I don't know. It sucks in there, so you might get, like, if you've got pets, it might be full of pet hair. It could be full of human hair, it could be full of anything. So it's just a good idea to check sort of around, make sure there's nothing in there. Well, I put it back together, it's up and running, everything seems to be working on it. So let's leave it here for a bit. I'm going to leave it going. I mean, I'm outside, you know, we're out in the elements as such where I am, so it's sucking plenty of water from the atmosphere. I don't know what it is. According to that, it's 62% humidity in here, so if I leave it on for about half an hour to an hour and it sucked up some water in the little tub there, I know it's alright. If it ain't sucked anything up, I know there's still a bit of a problem with it, so we'll find out. Also, the air should get warm or hot coming out of there, a bit more warm really. Should get warm after a while, so I'll leave it, see if it gets warm. If it don't get warm, that means it ain't doing its job. Something's fouled in there, because it should get warm. That's how a dehumidifier works. A small update on this, I suppose. I'm doing individual videos on it, but I'll do a small update on it. I've got most of it done. I've still got to do a little bit of work around here. I've got my volt gauge that it broke, so I might have to get another one. It's a shame. It's not broken. I think it'll work, but the cover's come off because it's broken inside there where the screw goes in. I should be able to put it back on. I'm just hoping that the dial, the needle still works all right, because it broke and fell on the floor. Well, it was in there. I had it in there. Didn't know it bolted in, and I just sort of moved it around, and the cover fell off like that. And I didn't realise, and I knocked that. I was like, oh no. But yeah, well, these are cheap enough, only a few pounds anyway, so I've got to try and fix that at some point. But yeah, I've decided to put two there, so negative and positive, negative and positive. I've got the switch underneath. I've still got to do some sanding. Someone commented on it, I can't remember who it was now. I think it said my son or my daughter could have made better. It's not supposed to be good, man. It's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be bad. That's the point of it. I want it to look very, very, well, run down and bad, you know. It's just for fun, you know. So yeah, I've decided to put two here, and then I've decided to put another two at the back. For the reason being, these are all going to be up to 30 amps, because it's a 30 amp power supply. Well, it won't be 30. You won't be able to run it at 30 for very long. It'll probably be 20 max, 30 surge, I don't know. But anyway, these are all going to be full power, because usually on a power supply you have like a 3 amp or a 10 amp maximum at the front, and then at the back is where you get the full capacity. Some of them have the full capacity at the front, but I don't really like those, because when you got it on the bench, you've got your wires coming out everywhere. I kind of like them to be tucked away at the back. So you have your wires at the back, and then the front of it's all nice and neat, because you've got no wires coming out, unless you've got little ones for 3 amp and 10 amp. But I've decided to have two sets at the front, so if I need to I don't plan on having this on the bench, by the way. But anyway, if I need to, you know, I can just quickly connect anything, and I can get the full capacity from these, and without having to pull it out. But if I want to run anything permanently, I can have just the two things permanently here, and the wires are kept tucked away at the back. So I've got the best of both worlds, because as I explained, usually, and I know by the way that they're not level, it's because I didn't mark anything. I literally just drill a hole, drill a hole, drill a hole, drill a hole, and then put them in there. I know they're not level, they weren't supposed to be. If I wanted it level, I would have measured up from the bottom, measured up from the bottom, and then measured an even gap along, and then punched holes, and then drilled the holes. But I didn't want it to be level, so I didn't do that. The way that I like it is, you know, like when you get the old houses that were built like 400 years ago or 100 years ago, and you get like an old house, right? And you look at it, and one of the walls ain't quite straight, and one of the windows might be drooping a bit where it's sunk over the years, or perhaps it weren't even straight when it was built, you know. The roof might be a bit topsy-turvy. I love that on an old house, you know, even on a car. When you look at an old car and the headlight might be drooping a bit, and the grille might be a bit wonky. Love it. So this is how I want this to look. Very wonky and just you know. That's the point of it. So I think some of you seem to miss that. I think some people, they think that things need to be perfect every time, and things need to be exactly straight, you know. But that's why I don't like buying stuff that's built on a production line, because everything's too perfect. I don't want things to be perfect. So yeah, there we go. So there's a little bit of an update on it. It's coming along slowly. I've got me, this is rated to 30 amps, this cable. 12 volt, 30 amps. So it's going to be, I don't think it's knockoff stuff. I bought it from a good shop, so it should be good, because you can get knockoff stuff that's rated to like 30 amps, but really it's so thin it'll only do like 6 amp or something stupid. Anyway, that's going to be my 12 volt cabling for all around in here, because obviously I need cables to come from here to the terminals, so they've got to be able to hold 30 amps. I've got to put the meters in between the cables, obviously, so that it can measure. It's got to go from there to there to there. Yeah, that's pretty much it really for now. I've obviously got to get, I've got some 240 volt wire to put for my power supply. I've got a drill hole in the back because I want the wire to come out the back for the power, to power this. The 12 volt, the 240 volt is here, the terminal, so I'll probably have it coming from here. It'll go along the side, and it'll go round, and then it'll go out the back, because I think I'll have it on the left, away from here. Yeah, and then I've just got to make a lid. I have got, I think there was a comment on it, but I've got it under hand. Don't panic. I've got some batten. I'm going to put batten up here, a little bit of batten here. I'll have to cut it a bit thin probably for that, but it might be alright. And I'm not going to put any at the front because I've made that too close, and that's far too close there. But there's going to be some at the back, and I might, if there's enough room, I might put some along the bottom. But it's fairly sturdy as it is. It's definitely going to be a small bit of batten going along the top here and along the top here, and probably along there and along there, so that my idea for the roof, or the top of it, obviously I'm still going to drill the holes, by the way, in case some of you are going to say we've got to have vent holes, we have ventilation. Yep, I'm probably going to go with holes. I was going to do elongated like these are, sort of thing, elongated things. I was going to do that on the sides and on the back and on that side, and also on the top. I've got the top cut out, but it's over there. I was going to do elongated ones, but I think I'm quite liking the idea of just drilling massive holes, you know, like probably about that diameter. I might just drill holes in like a circle pattern, but holes. I might do that. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, what my idea is, I've got some little hinges. I might put a little hinge here. I might put a little hinge here. I might have it on this side. Depends what I want it to open. I don't know yet. And I'm going to have like a little latch. Like that, a little hook probably, so I can just go like that, open the lid up, and there'll be all the stuff inside, and I go and do it up again. Lovely. But I'll probably have to put some batten in along here. Well, I will put some batten in along around the edges, so it's got something sturdy, and the hinges have got something sturdy to screw into as well. But yeah, it's coming along pretty well. So like I say, there is individual videos on it, like an actual video dedicated to this little build. It's just purely for fun, alright? It's just because I felt like making something, and I thought, well, this is a nice fun thing to make, and I love working with wood. You know, I could have made it out of metal, but I haven't got any, and that would have cost money. I already had the wood here anyway. So, purely for fun. There we go. Catch you later, you lot. Thanks for watching.